Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. So as you can see, there's Junior and the gray hen with the little brown mix, and then one black hen that flew back over after they went over into Sue's side. So today I let them out. I just got home. I knocked off a little bit early. It's cooling down a little bit. So one of the black hens stayed over there with the other two gray ones, but two over here with Junior, and I'm just basically going to lay my phone here and pause this because I'm just about willing to bet this black hen is going to fly back over that fence when she gets through eating the scratch that's out there. That's from yesterday. I didn't throw them more out. They just didn't eat it all. So, and I've got the babies out. But a little bit of news, I'm pretty sure my chickens are 100% safe from ground predators. Anything that can't jump the fence can't get to my chickens or turkey. But I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Aerial predators such as hawks and owls and stuff, that's a whole different story. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm a little bit discouraged because I just now got the problem solved from the dogs and ground predators. And I've got these fake owls up here, and typically once a hawk or something sees the owl thing, they won't stay around. But I was sitting here yesterday, and Junior made the noise to make them all run to the pen, and all three runs ran to the pen. And as I looked up, there was a hawk flying off over here, and it landed in the top of that almost dead cedar tree back there. Well, I didn't have my shotgun with me or my little 22 rifle, so I went in and I locked all of them up because they all ran in the pen. I didn't have to chase them down. See, he made that noise and they just ran. If he makes that noise, they run to the pen. But they all ran immediately. When he made that noise and that hawk swooped down over Sue's side. So I just went in and locked all the doors. Then I went in the house and got the 12 gauge, and I had double aught buck in it because I was figuring the ground predator was going to be shot. And I had to change that to bird shot, which I did. Came back out with it, and I didn't see it anymore. So today I've let them out, and instead of grabbing the 12 gauge, I grabbed my little 22 because I got a little scope on it. And at 50 yards, I can hit a squirrel with this thing pretty easy. So I'm hoping, and it was a smaller hawk. It wasn't as big as the last one that killed one of my hens. So I'm hoping if that hawk shows back up that I get a shot. Sorry, I'm protecting my flock. So I'm gonna pause this and we'll see if the black hen jumps the gate and gets over there toward the grass or not. And then hopefully I won't have no predator issues. Well, they're kind of done with the scratch, so we'll see, because the gray hen's acting like she wants on the other side to the grass. And she's never flown over the fence, over the gate. I've always opened it up and let her run in there. But let's see what the black hen does. She's starting to look like she's feeding the fly up there. There she is. Look at her. She thinks she's something. We're going to clip her wings this weekend. We're going to clip her wings this weekend and try to keep her from doing that. But at least she's going from one run to the next. She's not coming out into the yard. Because remember what I told y'all, the fella I got these chickens from, free range, he is in an 8-acre field. and they'd go back to their run and roost at night. Well, he's got that livestock guardian dog. He said a crow won't even land on that field without that dog getting it. So now she's over it. So she's over there in the grassy area with the others. We'll see what happens. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the afternoon of not having to do a whole bunch. And the breezy day, it's still a little bit hot, but it ain't terrible. So I'm not sitting here sweating my butt off. But we'll see. I think they got a little playfulness still in them from being young. They still have not laid an egg, and today is day number 8 of them being here on my homestead. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't the move that set them off. I don't think these 5 hens had started laying yet. So hopefully they'll start laying in the next week or 2. We'll see. I may just go to him and buy a bunch of eggs from him. But we'll see. Look at her. See, she's not going to try to fly over the fence like the other one did. And I thought about making that gate taller. I could always put more fence above the fence over here and make the gate taller so she couldn't fly over it. But I've seen her fly to the very top edge of the pens, which is 8 feet. So, you know, I don't build short pens where I got to bend over and walk in. No, that doesn't make sense to me. It's just as easy to buy a 2x8 and build it 2x8, you know, or 8 foot tall anyway. So I actually talked to my guy I've been paying to help me. If I keep having problems, I never had a problem with predators at all. When I had them in that middle pen was built 8x8 and 8 foot tall, and I built it on skids, and I had it in my garden area back there for a couple of years. And when they eat up all the grass inside the pen, I'd take my lawnmower or my tractor and push it or drag it to a new spot and let them have fresh grass that way. I never let them out. They didn't have a run area. And if I keep having predator problems and can't solve it, I'm going to build a new 8x16 pen and divide it in half. So put one flock on one side and one on the other, long ways, and they'll have a roost at the back, and then they'll have the run area they can just walk out, you know, in the pen, protected from predators, ground or air. And put them back out in the field, probably my big field, and just take my tractor and just move them when I need to move them. And you know, I don't get near the enjoyment of being able to watch them run and play and all that. But, and I could get some Premier One netting, you know, the electric net fence that you can move. But my ground's so hard, I don't think you could stick it in there during the dry months. But I could do that and let them have fresh grass that way. Or just leave them in the pen like I did for years. We never, you know, all the chicken pens that I had years ago and my uncle had when I was younger, we didn't have a run area for them to come out into like this, and those chickens did fine. So I hate it, but if I have to resort to that, I will. I'm not going to give up on having chickens and turkeys. So I may end up building 2 pens and move them, but either way, that, you know, spend more money, of course, building more pens, but it's an option for me if I have to protect them. You know, this is a food source for me and my family when crap hits the fan. And it's also not really an income source, but I make money off selling eggs to help pay for all the feed. So that is something I'm thinking about doing. I'm just discouraged as heck that I got hawk problem coming back when I've just taken care of the problem from the ground. Now, I do have a 25x50 bird netting that I could put up, but that's not going to cover all the run all over the trees and such. But it will make it harder for hawks to swoop in and hit them. They'd have to fly under the netting. So I may end up doing that, you know, cover as much of this as I can with some bird netting, and I'd put it up at the top of the pole so I didn't have to bend over with it. But you know, just walk under it. My main concern with bird netting is this oak tree right here loses all of its leaves every winter, and it's huge. And I have to go in there with the mower and mulch up all the leaves. Well, if the netting's up there, it's going to catch all them leaves, and it's going to get heavy, and it's probably going to rip because that stuff is real thin thread that it's made out of. So it's an option. I don't like that option, but it is an option if I have to try to protect my birds. But that's my last straw. I can't protect from everything. So I'm a little bit discouraged on that end, but we're probably going to put that netting up this weekend, clip the birds' wings, get the boards attached to the bottom of the fencing there. The only place between the pens that doesn't have boards or goat fence. So I may end up doing that this weekend. Hopefully, he's talking about coming over Sunday after church because he's got plans Saturday. So if the weather allows, we're going to try to get that done this weekend. And we'll see how it works out, guys. But I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate you, the subscriptions. You know, all you subscribers. I mean, it means the world to me, and I very much appreciate it. And see I know it's hard for y'all to see, but my baby Rhode Island Reds are venturing out a little bit. They came all the way up to the gate yesterday after a little while. But they pretty much come out the pen and stay close to the door. And if the turkey comes out, they'll follow the turkey. But either way, I didn't hear him make a noise, but they practice running back is what they do, I think. But thank y'all for watching the videos, hitting the thumbs up, leaving me comments, and subscribing, as I said. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you. And so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.